just the prayer alone. Both the sermon and the prayer makes Juma. So may Allah make it easy for us. Yeah. As we all know, we are always here to give us information to discuss about interesting topics. So today we're talking about marriage, and we know marriage consists of different aspects. So today I see many your host RODIYAH OLAYINKA. Today with me to discuss this topic, which I have not mentioned, is NAFISAT IBRAHIM. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, the topic we'll be discussing for today is how different AQEEDAH, that is belief, how different belief influence a prospective marriage. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
I'm Nafisa Ibrahim by name.
Mashallah. Mashallah, you're welcome to Light Radio. Yeah. Okay. As we all know, before choosing a spouse, right? There are some things, there are some characters we have to look out for, right? And the most important part of those characters, those characteristics, let me put it that way, is the deen, the religion, the belief, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now let's come to the question of the day. How can different AQEEDAH, because we know we have different beliefs. Even as Muslims, we have people with different beliefs. We have the Sunnis, the Salafis, the Shias, and all that, right? So, and these beliefs affect our normal life, not to even talk of marriage. So now, when we now talk of marriage, how does this belief affect our marriage? Affect those that want to get married, like people that are thinking, okay, I'm a Sunni, right? I believe in Allah and the Prophet. I believe in the books of Allah. I believe in the Prophet. And I want to marry someone that has another belief apart from that. How do you think it affects marriage?
Okay. Now, before moving into how it really affects our marriage, so let's look at what is AQEEDAH itself.
Okay.
AQEEDAH itself. What do we understand by AQEEDAH
AQEEDAH
itself? We all know it is the belief and understanding of Islam. You know, it is the most important aspect of faith, which entails the core beliefs and principles that Muslims hold.
Okay.
So now to say the meaning of what do we call marriage? We all know marriage is the state of being united with a person as spouse in a legal relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before looking at the effects, or how does it influence marriages? What are the importance of this AQEEDAH we're talking about? Any person who adheres to Islam wants to be on the correct AQEEDAH. But unfortunately, this is not the reality. Especially at a time when the sects are many, as you said now.
Of
we
course.
have Shia, we have
Salafis, we have and all that.
I also have different school of thought with me here. Well, we have the Maturidi from Hanafi, then we have the Ash'ari from Malik and Shafi, then we have the Asari from Ambali and Ahlul Hadith. Okay, so under this Ash'ari, we found the Sunnis,
okay,
that adopted the Ash'ari from the school of thought of Malik and Shafi. So that's aside. So before we go into this, what are the importance? So let's check. Since we have many sects, so the aim is to refer back to how does the pious predecessors in Islam, how did they understood it?
Okay.
How did they understand the subject of Iman? How did they deal with it? And don't forget, Allah has warned us in Quran, Surah Al-Imran, verse 103, that He said, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. And hold fast to the rope of Allah, that is the Quran and Sunnah, all of you, and let there be no division among you. So after looking at this, we all know marriage is a truly mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing more beloved than having a righteous spouse.
Of course.
Do you get
Yes.
a spouse that remind us of Allah and who encourages us to enjoy the good and forbid the evil, and with whom you can share all of life's special moments with. And with this, Allah said in His Quran, and that's His Surah to Rum, verse 21. He said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And among His signs He created for you mates from among yourselves, that you may find repose in them. And He has put between you affection and mercy. Now, that has been done. We've checked AQEEDAH, and we also understand marriage now. And where Allah explained marriage
In the Quran.
what Allah said about it, we now understand it now.
Of course.
Now, let's look at it this side. So, first of all, to move into those that are married already, let's look at those that are about to settle down. That is, those that are proposing to get married.
Of course.
What are those things you should ask your spouse before you move into those that are married?
Okay.
So, first of all, how do you determine correct AQEEDAH? You
That's important.
For example, now I'm a sister. Now I'm about to get married to a brother. So how do I determine a correct AQEEDAH?
How do you determine the brother is in the right AQEEDAH, right?
Yes. How to determine the correct AQEEDAH?
The correct belief.
Yes, the correct belief. How to determine it? Okay. The first thing is to check for the correct practice of Tawheed. This person we are talking about, does he really practice Tawheed? What do we mean by Tawheed? The oneness of what? The oneness of Allah. In as much as the person believes in Allah, he believes that he's the only one. He doesn't associate any partner with him. Do you get it now?
Of course.
He doesn't do any sign of shirk or anything. So that is, she has already checked for the practice of Tawheed in him. Then the next one is believing in the 6 pillars of Iman. Okay. We have the 6 pillars of Iman, where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Iman means that you believe in Allah, His angels, the Prophet, books, His messenger, in the day of judgment, in Qadar, be it good or bad, evil. So here it lies, faith in these matters is essential in Islam, because you will be considered a disbeliever when you leave one of these 6 pillars of Iman, when you leave it aside. So you will be considered as what?
Disbeliever.
Muslimah or non-Muslim, or disbeliever rather. Do you get it now?
Of course.
So the third thing to check is submitting to the 5 pillars of Islam. We are still checking on those, as in your to-be spouse. How to check
for the AQEEDAH, the right AQEEDAH in a spouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the third one is submitting to the 5 pillars of Islam. As we all know, the Prophet said too that Islam is founded on 5 pillars. That is witnessing that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi messenger. That is the Shahada thing. So, and then the establishment of 5 obligatory prayer. That is Salah. Payments of Zakah, pilgrimage to the house, Hajj, and the fast of what? Ramadan. Yeah. So now we've checked that.
We've checked 3. We've checked believing in Allah.
That is the 3 I'll be discussing on.
Okay.
So then what are those possible questions that are likely to be asked? As in, you're about to get married. What are those questions you should ask your to-be spouse?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. The first thing is you can ask him what is AQEEDAH. What is his what?
AQEEDAH.
Above any other question you can ask. So the first should be inquiring as to his beliefs and understanding of Islam. So if his Islam is established with a sound understanding and correct foundation, then his deen will be straight.
MashaAllah.
Do you get that?
Of
so
course.
you need to understand and be clear on whether this brother or this sister is following the Quran and the Sunnah. So if not, then you are putting your own deen at risk.
At risk.
Because you may be influenced by his behaviors and practice as well.
Of course. Of course.
So, following Quran and Sunnah is obligatory upon all of us and includes things such as living off innovations, innovation in actions and beliefs, adhering to obligatory duties, staying away from what is haram, and striving for righteousness to the best of your ability. So, this is one of those questions you should ask brother or sister, which you're about to get married to. The second one is, what is that one thing you are struggling with in your deen? We must answer one thing. I myself, I have my own weakness too, as well.
Everybody has.
Do you get? Yes. So everyone has area that they struggle with in their deen. Maybe it's fasting or getting up for Fajr. So it can be several things. So let's face it. No one is perfect, and each and every one of us commits sins. So, on the authority of Anas radiallahu anhu, the Prophet Muhammad said, every son of Adam's sins. And the best of those who sin are those who repent.
For forgiveness, yeah.
Yes. So hopefully your potential spouse is honest enough to share some of his shortcomings and doing so shows your stand, his place as a believer. I know where to work on. Don't expect him to be perfect, because neither you are as well. So that is second. Why the third one is ask him or her, does he or she really practice patience in terms of hardship?
That's important.
So life is great when things are going well and smoothly.
Wallahi.
It's very, very great.
It is.
But the true test of faith and commitment is when hardship or calamity occurs. Being married is a trial in and of itself. So how a person handles hardship and trials depend on his level of what? Level of iman.
Iman, okay.
You will want to know how this brother handles hardships, because you can rest assured you will both be tested. So is he one to practice patience, or will he run away when things get tough?
Comes.
Many of us know a situation where things became difficult, and a brother abandoned his family and responsibility, just like that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 155 that, and certainly we shall test you with something of fear, hunger, loss of breath, lives and fruit. But give glad tidings to what? To the patient. Patience, firmness upon iman and consistent remembrance of Allah will help make your marriage strong. So those three are for those that are about to get married. That those are the possible question you should ask from your to be husband or
to be wife.
Most especially this question should come from sisters. Most especially should come from sisters,
because the man are going to be the head of the family.
Yes, they are going to be the head of the family. So it should be as a result of maybe I'm a kind of person that has iman than my husband. Then it will not be a problem when we
later
go to something. To be like, Baba, won't you wake up for tahajjud? Won't you do this? Have you observe your salah? Have you do this? You know, all those kinds of a thing. So And let us remember that Islam bring us together, not keep us apart.
Apart, yes.
So you may be feeling frustrated if your spouse isn't committed to daily study of Quran. So now these are moving to those that have married. How can this really affect or influence their marriage? So to me, I don't really think it can affect marriage. To me, I don't really think it can affect marriage.
In a sense that they have different AQEEDAH and they are into marriage already.
Yes.
It can affect the marriage.
Seeing them, the appearance, we show, mashallah, this
brother is.
It shows it's someone that practices sunnah, the practice of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But we have some men like that. Do you get? We have some men like that, whereby they do not pray the obligatory prayer, they do not do the necessary things, they do not read Quran, all sorts of those things that can make someone a better Muslim. Or all credentials that be seen in someone as someone that has core beliefs and understanding of Islam. I don't know if you are getting me.
Of course we are.
So this situation can feel frustrating when we have a sort of a combination of people like that, and at times may even make one feel down as a female.
As a female,
it can be difficult. Yes, not just because you as a wife want to be supported in your endeavors, spiritual struggles and journey, but also because you want the best for your beloved husband. You want him also to feel the spiritual benefits you are feeling. And you also want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be pleased with him. Do you get me now?
Yes.
So when we're talking about the husband that doesn't have the better or the core beliefs and understanding of Islam, that kind of wife knows her husband more better than we do.
Of course.
And if the husband is the type who will take to advice, encouragement, and reminders as something totally positive, then of course that kind of woman or that kind of wife can go ahead and do that. Do advise him, encourage him, reminds him,
plead with him.
However, the truth is, yes. So, however, the truth is that most men, and perhaps even some women, will not take your well-intentioned advice. They won't take to advice.
Exactly. So that's why I added the pleading. Yes. You plead.
Yes. It can come across as critical, condescending, or judgmental.
Exactly.
Or it may even feel threatening. Exactly. Or less respected rather than supported and empowered. So, this is dangerous, as it could lead to toxicity in a relationship, going against the purpose of marriage, which is to have a harmonious, loving, peaceful family environment. So, a kind of wife like that, what are those things possibly? What are those things she can do? That kind of wife lets go completely of making judgments about her husband. Should let go of what? Making judgments
about her
husband. Because whenever the wife has the intention or has these feelings of judging or calling her husband is sort of them like you are a sinner, do you know, and criticizing him, judging him, so he should always say astaghfirullah. He should always remind ourselves that this belief, this aqidah, it is a blessing from Allah. And
it should not be used to boast. Should not be condemning others instead of helping.
Yes, you are getting me. So it is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He has given you to stay away from that sin and this can be taken away from you any seconds.
Yeah. It can actually be what's it called? It can be an amana. It's an amana to you, right? So it can be taken away. If it is misused, it can be taken away.
Yes, so yes, it can be taken away from that kind of lady. Despite your husband not praying, possibly even his compulsory prayers, it doesn't even take to it. So it may be more beloved to Allah than you, or may even have a better ending, that is death.
Subhanallah. So it is better you plead, you pray, and you encourage instead of being judgmental.
Rather than judging him. So if you can at this point make dua for him too. That is the second one.
Yeah.
You should make dua for him.
Because she's already in the marriage. There is no going back. So the best way is for you to just make dua, plead, encourage.
To make sincere dua for him or that. Just pray to Allah. Oh Allah, soften the heart of my husband. Make salah easier for him.
Make good deeds easier for him.
Good deeds easier for him. So doing this will curb any effects.
And we even bring more blessing to you, because you want good in your marriage, and you want good for your husband.
Yes. So doing this as well, Allah will answer your prayer as in quickly and faster. We answer it quickly and faster. So
because you want a better husband in din with you.
Yes. Better husband. So some might be thinking it can influence their children. That is the produce from the marriage. What they produce from the marriage, that is the children. Some might be thinking it can affect them.
It might affect.
Yes.
It might affect.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. So I don't really think this can affect, in as much as before getting married, we have an agreement. On. Despite the fact that you know that your brother or your husband or your wife is from another school of thought or from another AQEEDAH, because AQEEDAH is one. It is just the sex, that is the society that we have.
That are different. Okay.
Understanding ourselves. We all call the same God. We all pray the same thing.
Way.
We pray 5 daily salah.
Of course, and it's the same way. We read the same Quran.
The same Quran, no.
We believe in the same prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What's the prophet?
Yes. In as much as this husband and wife follow the sunnah of prophets, and they all believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he is the only one. It doesn't have any. They don't. What is it called? They don't associate any partners with him. So I don't really think there should be.
So the understanding should be between the husband and the wife.
And the wife, yes.
So as not to lead their kids astray, because in that situation, if you are giving your kids what's it called, a hard time trying to make them understand that no, you go with me to this place, so the wife be like, no, you go with me to this place, so the kids, they can actually be led astray through that. But when you make them understand the fact that we are serving the same God, and we are serving Allah, we believe in Allah.